Class B ɛwɔ ne public IP address na ɛwɔ ne private IP address. Class C nso wɔ ne public IP address na ɛwɔ ne private IP address. Ebiara nso ne IP address dodoɔ a ɛwɔ mu. Nti sɛ wohwɛ down ha, wɔn nso wɔatwerɛ under class A. IP address dodoɔ a wobɛnya wɔ mu ɛyɛ 16,777,214. That's the number of IP address a wobɛnya wɔ mu a wobɛtumi ama nkurɔfoɔ anaa de ama wo device. So sɛ dɔɔso paa for the class A. Wokɔ class B a ɛyɛ 65,534. And also need the number of IP address a wobɛnya ɛwɔ network no so ɛde ama your client or your device or your customers. Now for class C so class C is small. So that one is 254 number of hosts. The host means IP address I will be giving out. With the amount of form use. That's 254. The class B any edwuma the senior omatro no offer class E for company a super no motor class A because 60 million IP address. We a small company be a uncle for do be a 200. You just need to go for class C. But that one is cheap. Ukoto A now, the A is expensive because it give you more IP address. If you have a medium sized company or network, if you have maybe 20,000 employees, 30,000 employees, you can go for class C. If you have 60,000 devices on the network, you can go for class B rather. Yeah, class B. But if you have, let's say, 10 devices, 20 devices, 200 devices, that one you go for class C. The number of devices about one network, that one will determine the class of IP address we will go for. Now, always know that IP address IPv4 has been grouped into 4. It has 4 groups. This one is 1, this is 1, this is 1, this is 1. They are separated by 3 dots. The number before dots is 1 group. If you dot now, the next number is 1 group. Next number 1 group. Next number 1 group. So we have 4 groups in the IP address. 1 group will be containing 8 bits or 8 binary numbers. Who they say 1, but send a medical can is 8. Contain 8. We do some demo on that. All right. And so these are some examples of IPv4s, private, public ones and private ones. 9.0.1.0.1 is a public IP address. If you see 10.1.0.1, this and 10.255.255.254 is a private IP address. It's a let me go back here. Let's say IP start to 1 up to 156, 126. If you subscribe this one, you say 10 anyway in the film, they can a public IP address. All the rest are public IP address. Only this is the private one. You see, private IP address is very, very small. Class BMA, the private IP address is but that's why it's not used to access the internet. They are just for normal experimenting, maybe normal office connection. So they are always small. The same thing to the B. What's happening? It's a minute. Okay. For B, so the B start from the A ends at 126 and the B start from 127. Yeah, it's supposed to be 127. 127 to Okay. Yeah, 128 makes sense. The 127 is um local host. Nti every PC biara wobɛfa biara, if you type, let me open a browser. If you type 127, it's a local host IP address. Nti if you want to test your website or any other thing, we use VS Code at the title, maybe HTML code. When you use the live server to open it, it uses the local host IP address. That one is reserved. No one will use it. It's for, yeah, there's it. Local host 127. So 127 is a local host IP address.
Okay.
That one is not used. It's not sell. It's not for sale. Every PC, when you are doing, let's say, I don't have VS Code here. If you type in something you want to open from the live server, or you want to use local host to open that thing, it uses the 127.0.0.1 IP address. That one has been reserved. That's why the B start from 128 to 191. But the C will continue from 191 to 192.
Okay.
Any question? As I want to connect to my channel. Any question?
No, please.
All right, a minute. All right. So apart from the IPv4, we also have another version. We have two. So we have talked about the V4. Another one is the V6, IPv6. So this um 8 octets. Until when I go back to, okay, let me open from my command to show you something. Window apps, let me be, okay, IP config. So see, this one has been grouped into just 1, 2, 3, 4. But checking the IPv6, we have this N. We have colon here. It means there is a number here. All the numbers are 0. That's why they have make it empty. It means 4 zeros are there. We have another one here, another one here, up to this N. You see, with the V6, we can use hexadecimals. It uses hexadecimals to represent some of the numbers. So maybe if you want to write 10, 10 is A. If you want to write 11, 11 is B. Those hexadecimal numbers, it uses them. So this one is separated by dots, but this one is separated by colons. So that's another difference between the V6 and V4. V4 is separated by dots. V6 is separated by colon.
Okay.
And the IPv4, we talk about 8 classes, like class A, class B, class C. But IPv6 don't have class. We don't have any class for IPv6, but we have types. One of the type is global unicast address. Another one is unique local or site local. Nti public IP address or IPv4 no. Over IPv6 we call it global unicast address. That one is used to access the internet for IPv6. But IPv6 is not popular. So it's not in use much nowadays. We are all using IPv4. The global unicast address of IPv6 is usually starts with either 2 or 3. Nti IPv6 biara na start with 2 or 3 it means it's a global unicast. That's equivalent to public IP address in IPv4. When you look at unique local or site local, that one is equivalent to private IP address in IPv4. That one is not used to access the internet. It starts with FD. Always it starts with FD. So if you check mine starts with F. So it's either F or E. Mine starts with or D. Mine starts with F. So that means this a site local IPv6. Yeah. So that's another difference. Down here we have example of IPv4, another example of IPv um IPv6 rather. We have uh, the keyboard no further na touch no right so okay. That's it. So if you want to compare the IPv4 and IPv6, this is some of the difference that you can use to compare them. Instead of public IP, we are saying global unicast. Instead of private IP, we are saying unique local. So why is IPv6 important? Although we are not using it, but it's important because now we have so many devices coming in. We have so many people joining the internet. So the number of IP address for IP version 4 is going down. So you see that in Ghana we have, let's say, 40 million population. Okay, so we can see so many people are joining the internet. So many companies are using the IP address. They are demanding for new IP address every day and every day. Although the IPv4 is 20, or we have more IP addresses in the IPv4, but because the demand is more, it's getting it's like it's getting full or it's getting finished. Yeah, something like that. Nti, they need to bring in a new address that would take care of the IPv4 when it finishes. So that's why they introduced the IPv6. Although IPv4 no, some is there, there are still some IPv4 there that people haven't bought, but they want to bring in IPv6. That one is you can check here the number of IPv6 that we have. There is no way we are going to use it before this word ends. Oh, this I don't know if you can see it. 340 on the ceiling, something like that. I don't even know
Hmm.
um, how we can pronounce this. So you can see the V4 is much more than the V6.
Yeah.
Yeah, the V4, the V6 is the V6 rather is much more than the V4. Yeah, so you can check this if you can pronounce it. Yeah, I can't pronounce it. So that's why they come, yeah, they come together to bring this IPv6. So that's it. That's what I wanted to share with you today. I didn't want us to go much. People didn't join. So if you have any question, any other question that you want to ask, you can ask.
Hmm. I'm okay. I'm okay with everything.
Right. So please, I don't know if you are in the group, right?
Yes.
So I think the links to the files are there. We need
Okay.
to um, do the installation before we start the configuration. This is the app, VMware Workstation. See, uh, see app ni logo ni say nothing. This blue and yellow box sign.
Okay.
Called VMware. So we need to download that. The link is in the group. And also after that, you download Microsoft Server 2019.
Okay.
The ISO file. That one too. The link is in the group. So try and download.
Okay.
If you can't download it, to no problem. But I wanted you guys to have a feel of the hands-on. How you can also do it from your machine. And so it's good if
Okay.
you're able to download it.
Mm.
Okay, so if no question, thank you for joining. We see you on Monday.
All
I'm
right.
also
Thank you
available if
too.
you have any question that web development,
Mm.
apart from web, yeah, that you can. Yes.
Apart from what? Hello. Hello.